Hello, you can hear me now. Hopefully, you can still hear me. Oh, good. Now we can hear everything. So let's try this again. Technology, I tell you, it's not fun. TJ McCormick was singing the word here to admonish one another with psalms, hymns, spiritual songs. Today is a song out of the Old Testament called That He May Live With You. Now in case a countryman of yours becomes poor and his means with regard to you falter, then you ought to sustain him like a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with you, that he may live with you. Do not take your serious interest from him, but revere your God, that your countrymen may live with you. You shall not give him your silver at interest, nor your food for gain, nor your food for gain. Now in case a countryman of yours becomes poor and his means with regard to you falter, then you ought to sustain him like a stranger or sojourner, that he may live with you, that he may live with you. Do not take a serious interest from him, but revere your God, that your countryman may live with you. You shall not give him your silver at interest, nor your food for gain, nor your food for gain, that he may live with you, that he may live with you. Oh, goodness gracious. We had a bad take of this song earlier. That was a lot less bad, so I think I'll take that. Sing the word, TJ McCormick. Good Friday morning. We made it through another week. We're in the second day of December. How beautiful is that? We are in the month where we celebrate our Savior's birth. And many of you high church people are celebrating Advent. And you don't even have to be a high church person to celebrate Advent. But we're anticipating, we're waiting the coming of Christ. 4 Sundays of anticipation. So cool, so cool. But let's get to the subject at hand, that he may live with you, out of Leviticus 25, verses 35 through 37, out of my favorite translation, NASB, the older one. I like the older one. And let's get to it. Now, in case a countryman of yours becomes poor, and his means with regard to you falter. Okay. What's all this about? Somebody's down on his luck. I mean, it's kind of a long-winded way to say it, but that's what it is. A countryman. Okay. So don't forget, we are talking about a specific type of person, but I think it applies to everyone. However, since you can't help every person in the world, out in every country in the world, stick to local. And I don't even think the word countryman, it might just mean somebody who lives around you. I think that's kind of what we're talking about. Now, in case a countryman of yours becomes poor and his means with regard to you falter. And don't forget, we're not gender specific here. A person, okay, country person of yours. We are told to sustain him like a stranger or a sojourner. And I believe that this is sort of the idea of, well, we'll give charity to, travelers because, maybe they got robbed, they might have lost their money, they might have been swindled, and they might need help. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll help you out, no problem. But people in countries sometimes may not have gotten the same treatment, and that's why I think this is coming out, is that, hey, you're treating, you know, people outside your country nice. Why don't you treat the people inside your country nice too? Not a bad idea. I like it. That he may live with you, this person, this he or she, or, this person may live with you. Now, I don't know if this means we take homeless people into our own homes, that we take people who are poor into our own homes. It might mean that he may live among you and be a functioning member of society. So that might be what's happening there. But if not, I don't know. But I think that this, if somebody's not worried about what they're going to eat, what they're going to wear, where they're going to sleep, then I think they can be a better functioning part of society. And it's just kind of like a symbiotic relationship, if you will. Somebody who is contributing to society, and maybe they're just having a tough time, and they can't afford food. It's like, or a place to live or clothes. Because trust me, I wear out clothes all the time. I might have one or two t-shirts that are over 10 years old, but that's it. Most of my t-shirts are definitely bought within this particular decade, if you will. So do not take usurious interest from him. Usury is a term referring to taking it, not, I don't want to say taking advantage, but using these ways of getting interest out of people. And it's legal, okay? And I'm going to take a moment just to talk about loan centers and rent to own and credit card companies. And these companies prey on poor people. They're set up. Watch the commercials. People are shopping for trips that are luxurious trips and luxurious cars and Trust me, stop watching commercials if you're having money problems, because it's just gonna tear you apart. Because you want to buy stuff, you put in a credit card. Oh no, I can't make the payment this month. Well, let's call the credit card company and push it back another month. And all of a sudden, you're like, your interest is more than what the item costs. And trust me, I know that story. I have been through that story, and it's not fun. Trust me. Usury, and it's legal. It is. It's legal. It's written in our laws. And if you are looking into getting a credit card loan, they can charge you easily 25% interest. It says it right in the terms and conditions. It's like 24.99%. Why do they give you the 0.01%? They should just say it's 25. But anyways, it has to be less than 25 or whatever the numbers are. I don't know. But then the loan centers are worse. The amount of interest they can charge, if you don't pay that thing off within like a few months, you could be paying double of what you borrowed. It's crazy. All right, off my soapbox. But revere your God, that your countrymen may live with you. Now look at these two examples, and think this is really interesting. You shall not give him your silver at interest. Okay, so here is an interesting. See what I did there? Here's an interesting thought. Now, when I started this, I posted a card about an incident that I had. I was staying with some friends or a family, and when it came time to leave, I was expecting to get my deposit back. Everybody gives your deposit back. You give them $250 clean deposit or whatever, 500,000. And then you expect, if the house is reasonably clean, that you should get that back. Just makes sense. So I'm sitting there, and I forgot the numbers. Let's say I gave him $250 clean deposit. I got a check for $270. Wait a second, that's too much. You don't owe me. You only owe me $250. And he says, that was the interest you accrued while you stayed here. And trust me, it's not $20, but it was definitely some interest. I mean, there was more money in that deposit check than when I gave him the deposit. And I was astonished. It was like, what? He says, well, I believe that if you give me money, I should put it to work and let you have the gain. It's like, I don't know people like that. This one guy did it, and I was really impressed. And usury is really an interesting thought in the Bible. And there, just actually do a word search on usurious or usury, and you'll see there's some interesting thoughts in there. And the two examples are silver and food. So if you're a business person and somebody wants to buy silver from you, normally you want to make a profit. You don't just want to, be a silver handout company. I paid $12 for it. Here it is for 12. You're hoping that it's going to be 14 or 15 by the time somebody buys it, and then you make money. That's why you bought the silver in the first place, is that you want to have a way for your money to increase in value. All those people that bought gold at $35 an ounce are dancing in the streets because gold, I think I saw the spot around 1,500 recently an ounce. So it's like 35, 1,500. That's a good day's work. And your food for gain. Now, I deigned myself at one point to be a restaurateur. And I wanted to start a company. I might still do it. I think it's a good idea, called Bird Burritos. And it's funny, I made a big bucket of burritos and took them to an event. And I was like, here, have them. I mean, I didn't even make back what I paid for them, but it was a Christian event. And I let God have his way when it's his people. So sometimes I charge his people, for whatever I do. And sometimes I just volunteer. I just say, hi, I'm here, and I got my talents and treasures, and I just want to hang out and help you guys. So that's good. But here it talks about, do not give him your silver at interest. And I believe that means cost plus interest, or cost plus the gain in demand and the spot, if you will. And don't sell your food for gain. And like at a restaurant, I don't know if you knew this, but 25% of what you pay goes to the actual cost of food. That's how a restaurant makes money. If they have 25%, let's say you want to pay $2 for a burger, that burger better cost them right around 50 cents in food costs. So when you're in a restaurant, you are paying way too much for food. Just wanted to let you know. Eat at home. That's what my wife would say. But eat at restaurants sparingly because you're paying 75% more than the food actually costs. And the reason why is because they have to pay for overhead, the building, the cook stuff, the oil, the whatever. And they also have to pay their employees. So after the 25% for the food, 25% for the infrastructure, and 25% for the employees, they get to keep 25% for themselves because they invested and they had the smarts and they're putting the money in there, and poof, they get 1/4 of what you eat. So in this case, it's like, okay, well, I charge $2 for a burger. Well, okay, I'll charge you 50 cents because that's what it costs for me to get the food. And yeah, the employees and all that, don't worry about it. We're good. Just pay me 50 cents for your $2 burger and we're good. So this is how you are to sustain people. You don't have to give them money. You don't have to give them stuff, but you also don't want to take advantage of them. There's a balance. There's a balance. And again, this is not saying this person is homeless. It's a countryman, somebody who lives in country, and if they become poor. Okay, so this is a specific type of person. However, I think it does apply to people that are in need as a whole. Now, are you going to give them food? Some people you shouldn't. You shouldn't just hand things to them. You should ask them, "Hey, I'll get you a $2 hamburger, but give me 50 cents. We'll call it good." So that way you're not dipping into your pocket too deeply, but you're also giving that person a chance to feel like they're part of the machine, the industry of society, And I think that this is really important. I don't think we should always hand people stuff. Sometimes we need to at least see that they have some initiative. And I'm not talking in the sense of I'm any great person. I'm talking in the sense of I think that's what God wants for people, not to just live off of the dole, but to learn how to participate in society. And maybe when they're poor, they need a little help. They don't need to be part of the business machine that helps other people make money. And this is a call to us who are well-to-do to learn how to give to others. This has gone incredibly long. I think I had a lot to say. Now, in case a countryman of yours becomes poor and his means with regard to you falter, then you ought to sustain him like a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with you, that he may live with you. Do not take usurious interest from him, but revere your God, that your countrymen may live with you. You shall not give him your silver at interest, nor your food for gain, nor your food for gain, that he may live with you. Wow, that was a long one. I'm really sorry. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, in all wisdom, teaching, admonishing one another with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. Be generous, But be smart. Don't give away the farm, but don't take advantage of people. That's the balance. Some people need, the 75% off burger, okay? That's, that just makes sense. Participate in God's grace. Participate in God's loving kindness. And have a fantastic weekend. I will see you next week, Lord willing. Thank you for watching. See you next time.